Looking up top for Jason Krog. It skips on him, but he's able to settle it down. Now Haydar. Tight triangle for the Barons. Paul Postma back to Krog. Down low for Haydar. Trying to drive the net. No room to Krog. His shot. Let go. Rebound. They whack at it. And the hot shot couldn't get it to go. Krog a nice keep in, but they say a hand pass.
Didn't hit him in the hand. That's a bad call. That official cannot see that. He's in the neutral zone. That's a terrible call.
It's blocking him.
Exactly, that's the case. How do you make that call? There's an official in the offensive zone looking at the play. Unbelievable to make that call. As Krog said, it hit me in the arm. It didn't hit me in the hand, and that's why the play should be still in progress. But wow, and a little bit of argument from the bench. The referee comes over and talks to Ronnie Wilson. I'm sure there was a couple of nice.
Davies late in the man advantage. Now over to Haydar. Back up top. Post up. Bob. He scores! The Wolves capitalize on the power play. A 5-on-3 goal. They lead 1-0. Paul Postma from the point.
I'm going to say this might hit Deveaux on the way by. He celebrated too. It's a terrific shot. And another one of those ones that's a little higher than you'd think with guys hanging around the net.
Music?
I thought it might glance off Deveaux. This angle might tell us. Good pass from Haydar. There's just a one-time rocket. In fact, it's so quick it's in. But Deveaux, the celebration, I thought maybe it touched him on the way by. You see where the puck ended up on the opposite side of the net. So I think Andre Deveaux touches this, to be honest with you.
Well, that would move him to 10 power play goals on this season if they give the goal to Deveaux.
It seems like the puck went to the blocker's side, and the shot itself was on the left side.
Deveaux trying to send it out in front. The Wolves now in a 5-on-4 power play. The first power play goal this year against the Barons, who had been 18 for 18 on the PK. Wow. It took a two-man advantage to capitalize. Taylor has the puck. We'll await the official word on the power play marker for the Wolves to give them the 1-0 lead. And boy, has it been tough for Chicago to score first this year, as they're able to do it for just the 20th time. This is game number 50 for the Wolves this year.
It's hard to believe.
Matheson up top to Zubrev. 5 seconds to go down the power play. Matheson down low. Pettersson cutting on front. Garbutt shoots. He scores. The Wolves 2 for 2 in the power play.
Well, that's a long side shot. Garbutt waited patiently with the puck, and there was so much action in front. I think Garbutt just thought that he was going to move it to the front, and he'd have protection there. And Garbutt just slid this puck to the far side up against the post. Matheson down low. Garbutt holds patient, and just slides it far side. Right up against the post.
That's a goal scorer's goal right there, huh? Pick your spot and fire it.
Well, I'm not sure if he's even looking. No, it goes through the legs.
Right there. He saw the opening.
Yeah, very nice.
Just like the old 18th hole in the putt-putt course there. Right through the clown's mouth.
Swallow.
Out towards Taylor. Hustling holds awful. Swings it back. Picked up by Krog. Krog looking up top. Deep slot off the stick of Giroux and all the way down. You'll have a nice conversation with Giroux coming up in our intermission.
Asked Alex a little bit about playing in this building, and of course it's coming from Hershey the last couple of years, championship years.
A bad turnover, Hartikainen scores. Paul Postma, errant pass.
Well, and the one thing I was going to touch upon, but did not get to it, was this is an explosive team. They are right behind the Wolves in goals for. They've got a potent power play, 50 goals, the only second team to score 50 this year, and you got to be aware of that. But here's the pass. Knocked down, and then to steal Hartikainen, fires it, I think, right through the wickets. But what a play in front of the net. That's what you do. That's just like killing the penalty. Extend your stick, get it in the shooting or passing lane, and that was the case. It was knocked down. Hartikainen picks up the loose change and just rips it right through MacIntyre. 12 points or 93 goals, but the 50 goals in 39 games. I had a couple of games, I think, against him during that span. It was terrific how good he was. And opportunistic, unbelievable.
Back at the point, Plant falls down, but he gets the break. They score.
Wow. Just a simple play here from the point initially. Plenty of bodies back, and a redirect that fools MacIntyre. Alex Plant. This has to go off, I would say, a Wolves player. Pass back to the point. This is the twisted wrist. Look at that. There's a toe pick, too.
Yeah.
And it definitely touches. It might be Volabic's skate. He tries to stop the puck. He's probably 10 feet in front of Drew MacIntyre. And it glances off his skate blade, I believe, and then underneath Drew MacIntyre.
So 2 innocent plays for the Barons have them tying the game now at 2-2 after the Wolves were able to generate back-to-back power play goals early in the first period. So the Barons have even this one at 2 in the second period. Chorney will walk the line, his shot. Oh, running up, they score! 3 unanswered.
Told you in the first period, it's an explosive team. You got to play the way you were playing in the first 10 minutes. Chorney with the puck, looks, pull and drag. Shot is redirected off a stick. And this is very similar to some of the goals we saw in our building. Just the redirects are in the wheelhouse. And just fired. Drew MacIntyre not really set because of the initial shot and the glance off the stick, and then just fired by him. So as you mentioned, 3 unanswered goals. Just I mentioned opportunistic with Gretzky. How about those chances? So far, but a couple of lapses, and that's all it takes sometimes.
And as Mandavelli, his shot punched away by MacIntyre, picked up by Miller. Michigan native right on the tape with Zubrev. He'll lead the charge into enemy territory. Saucer down in one tip. He scores! There's the break we're looking for.
Well, a little redirect it ends up being, and it trickles through Gerber. He does not, I believe, pick this puck up at all because he's in possession but does not move, and he's sliding backwards, and his momentum may help this puck. There's Andrei Zubrev, a little fleck. I'm not sure if it hits. Pettersson. Is that Garbutt? It's Garbutt going by. If it hits anybody, it might be Garbutt. Otherwise, it'll be Zubrev. There's the...
I'll take Pettersson for an hour.
Well, I think it's Garbutt, too, on the way by. And Pettersson's stick up in the air.
The old double tip.
I think it does, and it hits the heel of Pettersson's stick and drops down. Tree.
I like that. Sounds a lot better than 3-2. Stewart a blast off the glass.
Out of the neutral zone, some pressure on him.
26-19, the shots in favor of the Wolves. Boris Volabik controls now. Off the shoot guards are lowered back deep. Mark Ward hit hard once again by Welch, but Mark Ward still controlling the puck. Patio up top looking for a shot lane, rolls it down. Mark Ward, one time he scores! What a blast there over Miller, who tried to block it.
I wonder if this hits Miller a little bit on the way by. Well, for some reason, we've seen a lot of players from the Barons drop back into this area where this goal is scored from. And they're trying to find guys and then fire pucks at Drew MacIntyre from that area. This is just a rocket. Good play down low by Petio, the one-time pass. And does it hit Miller on the way by? Tough to see on that angle as we're all over the map, but I think it does touch him, and it might elevate the puck a tad. This angle shows, yeah, that definitely grazes Miller on the way by, and I think it helps elevate the puck just under the bar, but the shot itself is magnificent.
Certainly was, and the Barons have the lead in the third period now, 4-3. Mark Ward's third goal of the season. Andrew Kozak will pick up. Coming up ice with Mahachik.
Quite honestly, the Wolves are in great position. They had guys on both sides of Gerber, and you have Jason Krog, who finds the puck on his stick with plenty of time, and really to put it where he wanted to. But Gerber challenged, came out, and makes a good stop and finds it quickly. There it is, the challenge. Puck gets through the white sweaters. Guys hanging around looking for some loose change, but there was none to be had.
And then face-off win for O'Mara. Rimmed around, Postma hustling, holds his own towards Garbutt, ends up in the corner. Krog first man on it. Tried to play it back to Garbutt. 2 Barons read the play. Held in by Postma. In the slot now. Rosenshire rolls out net. Garbutt shoots. He scores! Ryan Garbutt, second of the game. He's got a dozen on the year, and we're tied at 4.
Now, simple play. They just worked hard at the blue line, and I'm telling you what, the Barons here, for some reason, at least in my eyes, they're looking for a goal. You got 3 guys driving to the point, and Postma does one heck of a job to keep this play alive, and he throws it through, and then it becomes a battle, and you have the extra man, and that's what you need him for. And Ryan Garbutt finds it's the raw shot that skips and goes off the left pad of Gerber. And Garbutt finds the loose puck. He's even down on his knees, I believe, when he finishes the play.
Tip of the cap to Paul Postma, who held the puck in at the blue line, and the Wolves have squared it at 4. So most times you don't want to go to overtime against a division rival, but in this case, the Wolves will take it.
Right.
20 seconds to go. Maybe they can get a quick answer, regain the lead. Late. Mahacek along the back.
Tight to the net.
Quick move, but this is stayed with by Drew.
Number 29.
Fredrik Pettersson.
Oh, yeah, there we go. He's got some moves.
The Swede 0 for 3 on the year. Trying to score on the Swiss native. Garbutt. Pettersson. Slides, fake, shoots, scores! Wow.
A couple of nice moves. You know, he does a couple of things with the puck before he gets to his shooting area, and that gets the goaltender thinking. I thought he was going to hammer this with a slapper. Holds on now after the fake and goes right through the pipes.
So in the 10th round, the Wolves can win it here. O'Mara has to score. First shootout attempt of the season for O'Mara. Brings it in, shoots, pad save by MacIntyre. Look at the excitement. Lieber's smiling. The Wolves are winning for the 4th time on the road.
One heck of a performance by Drew MacIntyre in this shootout, only surrendering 1 goal. And a huge stop with a double stack again. O'Mara says no. And the extra point with a late goal by Ryan Garbutt gets the Wolves the extra in the long, that's one of the longest I've seen, shootout.
10 rounds, and the Wolves win it by a final of 2-1. Ryan Garbutt, 2 goals in the game. Drew MacIntyre, 9 stops in the shootout. And the Wolves in the win column. They're 4 straight on the road. We're going to stick around for the Capital Grille Rosemont 3 stars of the game.
2 goals tonight for Chicago Wolves. Number 28, Ryan Garbutt.
So Garbutt, the #1 star of the game. Drew MacIntyre did not get a star. And we will come back and wrap it up. So regardless, it's a 5-4 win for Chicago and a much needed 2 points for Don Lieber.